mint. Gonna make some quick iced mint tea while I'm out here. I'm gonna direct sow some yellow crooked-neck squash and some things up here in what we call the ramp bed. And I just picked off some of the sweet mint that I have, and I'm just squashing up the leaves. And I'm gonna put it here in my ice water. Just drop it straight down in there. Uh-oh, I'm about to lose one. Stir it up. Lovely mint tea, so refreshing when you're working, excuse me, in the garden. Ah, it'll be more minty as the day goes. All right, let's tear out some kale plants and plant some squash. What do you think? What do you think? Good idea? Bad idea? I swear I'm gonna plant it this year, just see what happens. So, let's get busy. All right, let's start pulling this kale out of here. And give the ones that still have green stuff on it to the chickens. They're gonna love it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yes, I did it. Getting my Homestead Earth Gym workout this morning. Ooh. Yeah. Now to hoe out some of these dandelions and some of this poke dandelions. Yes, I love them. I usually let them grow anywhere they sprout, but today they're in the wrong spot. My favorite garden tool, Hory. This isn't like the original nice wooden one because we lose things, but this one wasn't cheap either, and bought it for Chris for Christmas, and I've used it more than he has, but I love this darn thing. Hory's. You can get a dandelion root out all the way with these things. It's amazing. You just shove it down in there beside it, lift, and look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Mulch helps. You know, the fact that we mulch all the time. So that helps this process right here. But the Hory just goes down in there and lifts that root out and doesn't break it. It's amazing. Chickens are gonna love that too. Let's see if we can dig a poke out with it. I've not done that yet. Oh, there's a rock right there. Will not go through rocks. Does not penetrate rocks. So I wish it would. That would be awesome. Don't want to dig our sweet mint up. Chickens are gonna have a pate today. And the quail. Of course, the quail will get some of this now that they're outside on pasture. Yes, it is wonderful to have those guys back out. Chickens are gonna love it. Oh, look. Look at my earthworm friends. Everywhere, earthworm friends. That's what mulch does for you. It creates a great habitat for worms. You know, the good worms, the earthworms, the worms you want to leave their castings in your soil. And mulching your garden just creates like the perfect little habitat. They just come running to live in your garden. Quail on pasture. Is there anything more beautiful? Quail on grass. I love it. Hello, birdies. How are you liking being outside? They're still a little skittish because some of these guys have never been outside. It's been a while since we could take a break in the shade of the quail tractor, isn't it? To get the dirt off my water bottle. Well, I've got the weeding done, and I've got my bed prepared. I took another one of my favorite gardening tools, the hoe, the good old-fashioned, your granddaddy used it hoe. And chopped up my soil a bit because if you know clay's clumpy, and seeds don't like to sprout in heavy, clumpy stuff. So I do my best to chop it up as fine as I can before I plant my seeds. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This will be our second time planting the summer squash. Tried it over there where the pumpkins are currently and in front of the bean row, which by the way, the beans did sprout. I've got like 11 bean plants on that trellis now. Go beans. But anyway, let me try my mint tea. Oh, water and sweet mint. That is lovely. right from the land. I wanted to come take a break first of all, because that's a lot of hard work, and as most of y'all know, I have Crohn's disease and a few other autoimmune health issues, so homesteading with chronic illness is the name of the game. Because we believe eating the most nutritious food that we possibly can will help heal our bodies. My body, your body, Chris's body, everybody's body. And since we have picked up quite a few new subscribers, I would like to say welcome to Blackpack Homestead. I forgot to do an intro, so everybody, welcome. If you're new, if you've been here before, welcome back. Welcome. My name is Morella, my husband Chris, I'll insert video here of him, and we homestead here in the beautiful mountains of western North Carolina on 0.81 of an acre. That is just under an acre. This is family land. It was where my grandmother lived, and Chris and I came to take care of her, and before she had to eventually go into a skilled care facility. And so Chris and I have lived here for about 11 years, and we've been working on this little garden patch over here for about 10 of those 11 years. It's only been tilled once. We do like a lasagna or sheet gardening method where we layer our spent hay and our wood chips, wood shavings from the brooders and from the chickens, all in there, and it slowly composts down. And believe it or not, we've created topsoil in the oldest part of our garden, and it's only taken us 10 years. Pretty cool. Here on Blackpack Homestead, we also raise meat rabbits, we raise chickens for eggs, and the roosters we harvest for meat. We do keep one rooster, but we're gonna get another rooster soon because our silky rooster will not breed our Rhode Island Reds. Don't know why, maybe their legs are too long, you can't catch them, I don't know. But anyway, we also raise quail. Here they are, beautiful, lovely quail. Rabbits and chicken, and I would love to have goats one day. I believe I could keep 2 goats on this property. I just need fencing. So y'all work on Chris in the comments. Tell him Morella needs goats. Yeah, that's how I got silkies. Thanks, Darlene over at Patriot Homestead NC. She's how I got my silkies. We traded some hatching eggs for quail and a big brown rabbit for the silkies we have. One silky we've hatched here, and we've got more in the incubator. I've got 5, 6 silky eggs in there, and then the head of more crosses. We showed you the baby chicks in the baby spring babies video. So got those all tucked up in the incubator. They should be hatching around June 18th. Yay, more babies! But today I'm just trying to get more stuff in the garden. Now, before we go up there and plant that squash, I want to show you those beans over there. But yeah, welcome. We do stuff in the kitchen as well, folks that are new, and we'll be getting into that when harvest time comes, how to preserve, fermenting. I ferment a lot. We dehydrate a lot of our harvest. And right now we're gonna go look at those beans and take the chickens what their portion of the bounty from me pulling out that kale and weeding. So let's go do that, check these beans out, and we'll go plant that squash. The squash we're planting here is a bush top squash. I'm not too worried about the Chinese cabbage that's going to seed in front of it. As it grows, if I need to pull it, I'll pull it. I'm just growing it to get the seed. Okay, guys, here are the beans. Looky there, folks. They actually did come up. Lovely. That one's struggling. I need to water them. We've had quite a bit of rain, but we didn't have any rain yesterday, so I need to water these guys because some of them look like they're struggling. I think the bunny rabbit, the resident wild rabbit we have, was running through here and broke that one because he did the same thing to a sunflower. And there's my beans. Bam! Bam, my beans. Oh, Lord. And the tomatoes, the Slossers are doing better than the paste. I'm going to have to replace 2 paste tomatoes, 1 Amish and 1 ox heart. Cherry tomatoes look great. I swear they're the toughest tomato you can grow. But those are the cherries down there. Those are a black cherry. This is a Chadwick cherry. And then you go into the ox hearts, which look pitiful. The stick of an ox heart. And a shriveled up Amish paste. Pitiful Amish paste. Volunteer looks great. Pitiful, pitiful. Well, that one looks better than that one. As you can see, I've got quite a few to replace, which is one of the reasons I didn't plant them all, because I was afraid this might happen, because the flea beetles are relentless on sprouts, are they not? But this is my slicer row. Though they don't look great, they definitely look better, even though they got that crazy leaf curl, whatever that is. They definitely look better than the paste tomatoes. That guy's got issues. But these are the two Mr. Stripey plants. My daddy gave me. That one's struggling, but that one's looking pretty good. But as usual, cherry tomatoes kick butt. They're tough as nails. I've also planted some dill and some thyme over. There's my lovely thyme plant. Hopefully it works for me this time. Lovely dill. Got some zinnias up there. A pitiful sunflower, I think the wild rabbit broke. Some lovely marigold. So let's go take some of this stuff to the chicones, as Hattie and I call them, and come back and plant this little piece of ground right here. Now, there is controversy about planting this type of squash. You make little hills and you plant 3 seeds, one for the birds, one for something else, and one to grow. I don't remember the old-timer rhyme. But I usually do build little hills, but I'm not going to do that this year because this is a hill. So I'm just going to do 4 in that little square I've got dug up. And I'm going toward more of a square foot gardening method this year. I'm going to do that here. I mean, it's not by any specific book or anything I've read. It's just from what I've learned from watching YouTube videos, folks. That's where we learn everything nowadays. So let's go throw this stuff to the chickens and plant this squash in this ground. Meet you over at the chickens. One of the best resources for your garden is your chickens, because not only can they make compost, which is what they're doing right here. If you look at the bottom of that bedding, it's starting where they've scratched, starting to turn into compost down there. By adding organic matter to their pen, or the deep bedding method, which didn't work out great for us because we're on a hill, but you know, we just continue to give them more straw, more hay. We mow the grass, we put the grass clippings in there. When we weed the garden, we give them the weeds from the garden. When the plants are spent, we give them the plants that have gone to seed, as you just saw us do here. I just did pretty much all that. And then right now what we're doing with the kale plants, they have all the seeds on them after they've picked them clean of bugs, especially. They're covered in like these weird bugs, so they're gonna eat the bugs too. So there you go, pest control. But we're taking the kale stalks up here where we had an invasion of poke last year. I called it the poke forest. And it was right here at the edge of our woods. This used to be part of our yard, and last year poke took it over. So we're throwing all of the kale stalks in there with the beans on them. I call them beans, seed pods on them, and hopefully we'll grow kale there instead of poke. Just see what happens. You never know. Things like that sprout all the time. Anyway, so let's go back to the ramp patch, the little garden bed we're gonna sow our squash seeds in. So let's have another look at the quail, because I can't stand it. I'm so happy they're on the ground. Like I did say, we did have one loss. It was very sad, but it was to natural causes. Like I said, these birds, some of them are well over a year old, and that's about the life expectancy for a little ground bird like a quail. So now, let us plant the squash. This little patch right here, I'm going to put 4 plants. Hopefully 4 plants will grow. So, I don't have a lot of squash seeds right now. And there was a hole in the squash. Oh no, this jar have water in it. It had something in it. It's oily. Oh no, this could have ruined my seeds. Oh well, it's out of there now. We're about to cook them. Oh well, I'm gonna plant them anyway. I had a pack of seeds marked yellow crooked neck squash. Turns out it grew zucchini. I was like, well, Fairy Morse made a mistake because those were Fairy Morse seeds. So I got different seeds that year, which is I think 2 years ago. And got this Cherokee brand. Grew beautiful squash. There was a hole in the packet this year, so we lost most of them. Got a few in the ground, they didn't sprout. I think they might have got washed because we had like a really heavy rain right after that. So anyway, I have 4 seeds left, so I'm gonna plant them. But last year, if you remember, I saved a big yellow crooked neck squash, let it dry totally out, and these are the seeds from it. Will they sprout? I don't know. We're fixing to find out. Alright, so let's put y'all down here to where you can see the ground. Ah! Okay, that was an extreme close-up of the ground. Extreme. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 3 seeds. Well, because I only have 4 of these seeds and they may or may not sprout, we're going to plant 2 in each spot and see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to put 1 right here in this nice, mostly loose soil. And I'm just going to put 1 and 2. And then this is what I do every time I plant a seed. Dear Lord, I pray that you would bless this seed and help it to transform and grow into a big, beautiful plant for your glory and for our nourishment. And I'm going to thank you, and I'm going to give you all the glory and all the praise when this plant grows. And even if it doesn't sprout, there's a reason it doesn't sprout. It may not have been a good seed. So I thank you, Lord, for everything that you're going to do and everything that you've already done. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. And that's how I like to plant seeds. Last seeds. Well, at least for this little spot. And I need to go rest now because I'm very tired and I must listen to the body to it. So I'm putting 3 seeds. Oh, let's put 4 just in case, because I don't know, these things may not germinate. I did not do a very good job. But seeds just want to grow, so there you go. And because my clay is so very damp right now, we are not going to water that in, because otherwise I'll make mud, and then that's just never a good thing for your plant. That is where my yellow squash are going to be for 2020, provided they come up. That's the most crooked square I've ever seen. Because I've got 1 here, 1 here, 1 there, and 1 there, and this is in the middle, so I know where they are. Oh, that's sad. But anyway, I'm tired. Getting tired. Just want to get it done at this point, you know? I'm going to sit down in the shade of the quail tractor. Oh my, y'all are so dirty. I didn't clean you off well after you kissed the dirt, did I? Okay, let's see if I can fix that. Homestead vlogging cameras have a rough life. They really do. They really, really do. Okay. Well, here we are back in the shade of the quail tractor, one of my favorite places to hang out in the summer. Y'all, I'm whooped. Thanks for joining. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Blackpack Homestead, as I willy-nilly plant squash and all those wonderful, wonderful things. A little bit of the garden, a little bit of the quail, a little bit of the chickens. It's just what I was doing today, what needed to get done. Hydrate. Sweet mint tea. Sweet mint and water. Okay. Alright guys. I'm gonna go in and rest. It's a lot of work. Yesterday I crashed, I slept all day. Planning to do a video, but did not because I slept all day. So, hope to see you here next time at the Blackpack Homestead. Take care, God bless, thanks for joining us, and bye-bye.